and I'm going to be showing you some shoulder tests. And the first test we're going to start with is the apprehension test, which is testing a spring to the anterior capsule. And I'm going to have my patient relax and have her elbow and shoulder at 90 degrees. With one hand, I'm going to be stabilizing her elbow and the other stabilizing her forearm, and I'm going to push her into external rotation. And some positives will be abnormal laxity, abnormal endpoint, and pain. And the next test is a relocation test. Also, I will be having her elbow and shoulder at 90 degrees, with one hand stabilizing her elbow and the other her shoulder. And I will be pushing her elbow into external rotation while pushing her shoulder into posterior stress. And some positives will be less signs and symptoms. And the next test is an empty can test. This is testing the supraspinatus impingement and inflammation. And I will have her arms out like this with her thumbs down, and I will be stabilizing her shoulder and her forearm. Have her resisting me, so don't let me push you down. And do the same thing to the other side. Stabilize her shoulder and her forearm. Don't let me push you down. And that is some positives are pain and weakness. And the next test is a speech test. This is testing the bicipital tendinitis, and I'll be stabilizing her shoulder at the bicipital groove, or palpating the bicipital groove, and stabilize her forearm. And I'm going to have you move your arm towards the sky. While she's doing this, I'm palpating the bicipital groove. And some positives will be pain or tenderness at the bicipital groove. And the last test is the Hawkins-Kennedy test, and I'm testing for impingement of the supraspinatus. And I'm going to be stabilizing her shoulder and have her elbow at 90 degrees, and like this way. And I'm going to stabilize my other hand at her forearm. I'm going to force it into internal rotation. And some positives are increased signs and symptoms, numbness, or tightness.